Harsh truth. Most people aren't productive because they fear the risk and responsibility that comes with working on something that is meaningful and moves the needle. Initially, this might seem over the top. How can you fear performing a task? Well, it's not the task you fear, it's the risk and responsibility. The risk of failing, the risk of being judged, the responsibility of completing it to a high standard, the responsibility of revealing a part of yourself through your work to the world. From a personal perspective, productivity is high stakes. With each task you complete, you're putting a ton on the line, so it's no wonder that most people aren't productive. But let's take a few steps back. What is productivity? Well, it's not about the number of hours you work or the number of tasks you complete. It is simply about focusing on the tasks that matter for your goals and ignoring everything else until they're complete. And that is why there's risk and responsibility. The tasks that you have to complete to be productive are meaningful. They matter. That is, at least if you've consciously chosen the goals that these tasks add up to over time. And since they're meaningful, there is responsibility, because meaning comes with responsibility, and responsibility is risk. But that's a good thing, because it means by being productive and completing meaningful tasks, you're taking on responsibility and creating meaning in your day-to-day life, which means you're taking on responsibility and meaning in your life, because your life is just a sequence of days. But most people struggle to be productive. Most people struggle to take on the meaning and responsibility that comes with completing important tasks and ignoring everything else until they're done. And that used to be me until I built this routine. And it changed my life. If you can increase your productivity, you increase the amount of meaning you take on in your life because of what we just discussed. You get more done in less time. You have more time to do whatever it is you want to do whilst making more progress, getting better results. Increasing your productivity will increase the quality of your life. It will change your life. Now, this routine we're about to go over has two parts. The first part is more what I would consider macro. The second part is more of the micro. It's the habits that you do every single day. Now, part one, extracting meaning and responsibility from the macro into the micro. So we've already went over how being productive helps you take on meaning and responsibility, but that is only true if the tasks that you're completing add up to something meaningful in the first place. You need meaningful goals for the tasks that you complete to be meaningful. So you cannot be productive without having these goals that the tasks add up to, because remember, productivity is all about focusing on the tasks that matter for your goals and ignoring everything else until they're complete. Now, I'm not here to tell you what goals to set. That is entirely up to you, but you need to make sure the goals are meaningful. The goals need to move you towards your dream life. They need to be big, they need to be specific, and they need to have a deadline, but most importantly, they need to be meaningful. You can't just choose the goal because it's what you think you need to do or it's what you think other people want you to do. You're choosing it because you're innately pulled by it. It grabs you. Now, once you've got the goal, you have to break it down until you've got a daily action. Figure out the main task that you need to complete every single day that is going to instill the meaning and responsibility in your day-to-day life, because completing this task is going to add up over time to help you complete and achieve your goal that is meaningful. Most people avoid meaning and responsibility of being productive because they haven't consciously set their goals. Hence, they don't know the importance and the meaning behind the goal, so they don't know the importance and meaning of the day-to-day tasks. But by doing this, you know what the meaning is. You know why you've set this goal, and you know exactly why the tasks are important. And so you will gladly shoulder the responsibility of the work. You have extracted the responsibility and meaning from the macro into the micro. Part two, planning my day. This has been one of the biggest needle movers for me in terms of upping my productivity. You see, when you don't have a plan, when you don't have a schedule, you're mindlessly going throughout your day. You are at every moment trying to decide what task you have to do next, which you're going to do. And since we are hardwired for the path of least resistance, and the important tasks that instill meaning and move us towards our goals require a high amount of cognitive effort, they're important, there's a lot of friction to doing them, okay? So we're always, if you don't have a schedule, going to take the path of least resistance, procrastinate the meaningful, important tasks that will move us towards our goals, and choose the tasks that make us feel busy but don't do anything, don't move you towards your goals. So you need to plan your day. Now, how you plan it is entirely up to you, but what I recommend you do each night is this. Write down the tasks you need to do tomorrow that will move you towards your goals. Write down the busy work tasks that don't move the needle but still need done, the likes of emails and admin work. Write down all your habits, working out, reading, walks, etc. Write down all your life stuff, groceries, cleaning the house, the school run, general chores, and then assign every single task you have written down to a specific hour of the day. Yes, you're going to plan every single hour of the day. Now, this is not what I would necessarily recommend for a lot of people in the long run, okay, because it can be quite strict and restricting for a lot of people, but it's what I've personally done for the past 3 years, and I'm actually making a whole entire video on it, which should be out in a few days. But it is exactly what I've done for the past 3 years, and it's what I attribute a lot of my progress and a lot of my success down to. I can go back and tell you exactly what I've done at every single hour of the day for the past 3 years. But with that said, I do recommend that you do this, plan every single hour of your day for the next 1 or 2 weeks. This way you actually get an understanding of how much time each task takes, how much time you're wasting, how you can optimize your time better, and you get a really good overview of how you're spending your time and how you can increase your productivity. Either way, you need a plan, because otherwise you're going to be wasting so much time and energy deciding what to do next. Facing the dragon early. We all have a dragon in our lives. We all have a task that is so important that, it almost scares us and makes us nervous because it's so important. It's so cognitively demanding. There's a lot of friction to starting it. It is our hardest and generally our most important task of the day. And because there's so much friction to starting it, we put off starting it. We procrastinate. But when I started to face the dragon early, both my productivity and my general mood started to skyrocket. What I mean by face the dragon early is that you do your most important tasks first. It's exactly why I told you to write out your tasks in that order. You plan them in the order of importance so that you get your most important tasks done and dusted as soon as you wake up, the first thing you do. The tasks that will move you towards your goals should be the first thing you do, because they are your biggest priority. You should get them done and dusted, okay? Even if that means you have to get up 1 or 2 hours earlier. Stop being a pussy, stop being a bitch, and just do it. Get up earlier, get them done first, and face that dragon earlier. And there are 3 specific reasons you need to do this. Willpower is limited. So if you imagine you have a limited supply of willpower, as you go throughout your day, you use that supply up. So by the end of the day, you have very little, if any, willpower. So by putting off your most important tasks with the most amount of responsibility that require the most amount of willpower to complete, you're decreasing the likelihood that you actually complete them. When you face the dragon early, you face your most important task and complete it when you have the most amount of willpower. Hence, you will find it easiest to complete if you complete it first. It's an act of self-mastery. Nobody wants to do their hardest task first. I do it every morning, but I don't want to do it, okay? Obviously, it's tough, it's hard, there's a lot of friction to doing it, especially when it's the first thing you do. But the simple act of doing it, despite not wanting to, will build your level of self-mastery that you can then transfer to every other area of your life, creating ripple effects that improve your entire life. Now, I have an entire course specifically curated to help you master your mind, actions, craft, and performance so that you can achieve self-mastery. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link in the description below. Go check it out. Momentum. By getting your most important task of the day done first, you're starting your day off on a win. You're starting it off in the front foot. You've already got a fucking massive win under your belt. You instantly have momentum, you instantly feel good, and you're ready to take on whatever the day throws at you. Life likes to throw haymakers at you. If you plan to complete your task at 9 p.m. at night, the chances of life throwing something in your way, messing up your entire schedule, meaning you can't complete your most important task of the day, is way more likely than if you face the dragon early. And if you leave it to complete it later and you end up, for whatever reason, not being able to complete it, you're going to feel shit. You're going to feel guilty. You're going to be behind. You're going to be less likely to complete it again tomorrow. So face the dragon early. You don't have to worry about facing it later. You have momentum. You have a win. It's the best way to start your day. Face the dragon early. Distraction management. This is simple. Everybody knows they need to do it, but nobody does it. And that used to be me. But the moment I actually started to manage and remove distractions from my workspace, my productivity skyrocketed. And the main distraction here is your phone. You do not need it. It shouldn't even be in the same room as you when you're working, okay? Because we're all so addicted to our phones that our mind is constantly looking for the first excuse to pick it up. And if it's sitting on the desk behind you, or worse, on the desk right in front of you, beside you, you are going to pick it up eventually. It might take 30 seconds, it might take 40 minutes. You are eventually going to pick it up. It's going to take you out of focus, it's going to take you out of flow, it's going to ruin your productivity, the quality of your work. And, realistically, we all know we shouldn't be doing it. So when you do it and you end up picking up your phone and getting distracted, you feel guilty, you feel like shit, okay? So put your phone in another room. Do yourself a favor. Stop cheating yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself and do what you know is right. Remove your phone, remove any other distractions in your environment and manage your distractions so that you manage your focus. Enter the arena. With all that talk about focus, one of the most important aspects of being productive is the skill of focus, because that's all focus is. Focus is nothing but a skill that you can build. The better you get at the skill of focus, the easier it is to do, the higher the quality of your work, the more progress you make, the more productive you are, and the better your damn life will be. So you need to practice daily, and that's what this fourth habit is all about. Do the damn work every single day. Don't avoid the responsibility and meaning. Turn and face it, enter the arena and rise to the challenge, because that's what it takes. If you have big goals, you need great results, and great results require a great level of focus, a high level of productivity, and you can't get great results if you avoid the work that you know you need to do. If you don't be professional and show up every single day, if you avoid and run from the responsibility and meaning of the work that you have chosen to set for yourself, every single day you must practice. You must enter the arena. So my friend, as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you check out this video here, click that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.